So apparently Tory Lanez sent apology text messages to Megan some hours after the alleged shooting. So most of you guys already know the story that took place. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown. So back in July, and this was on July 12th, Megan and her friend Kylie Jenner and Tory Lanez were all at the house chilling. They were all in the pool, and Kylie Jenner was like, "Oh, we going live." Like, yes, we going live, girl. Like, what is wrong with you? So anyway, so nighttime comes. Megan and her friend Tory and Tory's bodyguard are all in the vehicle. People arguing. Megan's tired of arguing. She's like, yo, I'm getting up out the truck. She get up out the truck. The person at the time, we did not know, shot her feet. So police are called. Helicopters around. Megan limping. We're like, what's going on? Because the footage was released of her limping and backing up. People got their hands up. It's crazy. So the internet's playing detective. They're like, who shot Megan? Like, what's going on? And so there was a lot of stories and speculations that were going around. So Megan got to police station, didn't tell on nobody. They checking her out. You're like, yo, you got bullet fragments in your feet. She's like, oh, okay. So the story is kind of weird for a while. It's like mysterious. Nobody really talking. We're like, what is going on? So then pictures get leaked of Megan's feet. And, Tory and his raggedy PR team are like, yo, she cut her feet on glass or whatever. So Megan sent a warning shot. She was just like, y'all ain't about to do me like this. And for a minute, I fell for the okie doke. I was like, Megan lied? Not Megan. That don't even seem like her character. Anyway, she gets on live, and I saw the notification. I was like, let me click on this live and see what's going on, because I didn't even know what I was going to get into at the time, but I was sitting there eating my virtual popcorn, and Megan Thee Stallion was like, Tory shot me. He straight shot me. His team lied on me, knowing that he did it, and I was just like, oh my God, like, that was wild, and the internet also went wild as well. So, Tory Lanez's team said that Megan Thee Stallion cut her feet on glass, knowing that he did it. And they said all that to cover it up. So now, here we have these text messages that have come out. And I'm going to read some of his text messages. Ugh. First message. I know you probably never going to talk to me again, but I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. Cap. I was just too drunk. Really, my G? Nonetheless, should have never happened, and I can't change what I did. I just feel horrible. No, Tory, you are horrible. Last message, because I genuinely just got drunk. So we blaming brown liquor on your poor decisions, and you almost took this girl's life. This girl probably wouldn't have been able to twerk no more. And you, because of your ego, anger, and alcohol. Do y'all think these text messages that he sent is real? I don't see them on the internet. They, according to TMZ, they were sent. But do y'all think these text messages are real? Or do you think this is another PR move? Now, Tory's PR team is absolutely horrible. First of all, you put out a lie saying that Megan Thee Stallion cut her feet on glass when all actuality, your client, Tory Lanez, shot her in the feet, according to Megan. Now we have these text messages that have come out. I don't have any screenshots, and screenshots can be, Photoshop too, but regardless, I don't know what these text messages are, but, that's being put out in the atmosphere that's what's being told, that he sent these text messages. Now, the one thing that really needs to be done is that Tory needs to make an apology. But apologies are sincere. And there are people that are saying that he needs to make an apology. But when you have a good PR team, you put these things together. You develop plans. You don't create lies and talk about text messages that have been put out. Tory Lanez needs to get a press conference going. He needs to get every outlet that he can in the room. He needs to sit in that chair, swing his legs, and tell the people, I'm sorry for what I did to Megan Thee Stallion. He needs to downgrade himself. He needs to make himself look like just a piece of trash. He needs to say, I'm less of a man. I made the wrong decision. This is horrible what I did. And you know what? Maybe he can't really talk because of the lawyers. But if that's the case, then Tory, won't you just lay low and shut up and don't say anything? Like, just be absolutely quiet. If you can't make an apology, and I'm just thinking about the lawyers, if you can't make an apology, like, don't say anything. Don't make up any stories. Don't do anything. If it's that deep and your lawyers don't want you to talk, but your PR team can maybe still work around that. You can pull a Chris Brown and still maybe manage to redeem your career, which has plummeted somewhat. And speaking of plummeted, Tory Lanez did an interview with hotnewhiphop.com, and he said his numbers have not gone down. But you know what? Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. I mean, apparently his streaming numbers have gone down. So, I mean, but regardless of the fact, you didn't even touch on the situation at all. You know what, Tory? What if you did text Megan Thee Stallion? What if these text messages that you sent her are real? First of all, Megan probably has you on block. She probably has changed her number on you. She probably didn't receive them because, according to TMZ, she didn't respond. And how many times has anybody heard the whole line, like, I know you probably never gonna talk to me again? Like, that is a thesis statement for a speech about nothingness. Like, cry me a river, play me the violins, for real. Like, nobody wants to hear all of that, you know? So, Tory, please, let Megan continue to twerk, work, and live. Like, if I was you, I would go above my PR team to figure out how I can work this thing and make everything better, so to speak, and kind of maybe revitalize my career. But, you know, people out here really don't want you to get your career back going. I mean, you can reach out to, like, Kris Jenner. I mean, I know Kylie Jenner was at the house, but you can reach out to Kris Jenner. You know how many of her children careers she done saved, how many things she done? Come on. Matthew knows. He's the king of media training. Although he is trash. Why not? I mean, Tory, do you have a mentor? Like, who are you talking to? Like, who is talking to you and saying, hey, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I can help you out? But all of these false starts and false moves are not the business. You know? Like, I feel like, first of all, let me back up. I feel like I did not really want to talk about this whole situation because it was just a lot to process. To watch Megan's live was a lot for me because I'm telling you, this year has been very tumultuous and different. We did not expect this year to go this way, but with everything that is happening, it's like, a lot of things that are taking place are on my to-do list of processing. It's like, let me process and read this later. Like stuff about Tim Norman and what's happening in the church and people being exposed and politics and all this stuff. It's just a lot to take. And I'm trying to tell you. So situations like this, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a minute. And guess what? My minute is over. Let me tell you how I feel about this whole thing. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion's team said, hey, you hanging and you kicking it with Tory is not a good look for you. And let's address the elephant in the room. Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez have different physicalities and statures. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion is taller than him and Tory is shorter than her. Let me tell you something about height. There are women that make height a non-negotiable. Their man has to be over 6 feet tall and built like a Greek goddess. And let me tell y'all something. There are a lot of good men that are short or shorter than the woman that they're with, and they are good husbands, they are good fathers, they are good providers. They just don't happen to be the typical tall man. How about men in general do not have to be tall? Like, I don't get it. It does not have to be like that. You see a man and a woman is taller. Let me tell you what makes people not look at that. What makes people not look at that is the confidence and the man coming off, or he is the alpha male. When he's confident in himself and he is the alpha male, who is really looking at the height? That man has to feel good about himself and know that, hey, my woman is not going to emasculate me. We ain't even going there because I'm confident in myself. Don't let your ego be so big and so damaged that you're letting a woman's height, make you lose your mind. And I wonder if Megan said to him, for lack of better words, hey, we can't do this anymore. And with the mixture of the alcohol and Tory's ego, he just said, you know what, I'm going to harm her. And he wasn't using his conscience in the way that, hey, if I harm this girl, I can mess up my career, I can mess up my life. He wasn't thinking about that. He let so many things get in the way of making the right decision. So, to make my point, yes, Megan's team probably told him to say, hey, Megan's team probably told her to say, hey, you and Tory not going to be able to work out. You're going to have to cancel Christmas on that one. And she did that, and that happened. And I just believe that height between a man and a woman shouldn't really mean anything. Some people are particular, but this is a whole different topic. Sorry, a whole different video. But again, you're going to miss out on a lot letting height be the main factor in getting a man. I'm just going to say it like that. Now, I believe Megan is much more dominant than Tory. Like, when you see Megan, like, it's nothing but confidence and, like, she's a boss. She's just, like, an amazing person with this amazing personality. And, like, I'm not knocking Tory. Well, yeah, I am knocking Tory. I just feel like Megan is, like, big old freak and Miss Captain Hook, and she's WAP. Like, she is just, like these other girls out here, like, they're liberating girls, and they're making her feel good and sexy and all that stuff. And, like, these are products of Little Kim. Like, I love it. And Tory can't amount to that. He can't get to that. And so, Tory, look, you had a good run. You had Quarantine Radio. Chinks Tape 3 and 4 was fire. You had your hits. But this right here, This ain't the business. These text messages, no. These text messages are like taking a cup of water and throwing it on a burning house, hoping that you put out the fire. Like, no, it's still burning. The house is still burning, and you're watching it burn. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna fix this? I'm just trying to figure this out. And my thing is that, Tory, if your bodyguard was with you and he knew you was drunk, number one, and he knew you had a gun, so these are two separate factors that can cause anything to go wrong, and this man is in the truck or in the vehicle with you, and he's just letting this happen, what kind of bodyguard do you have? So everybody need them a Julius. When you see Beyonce, Julius is a couple steps behind. He does not let that woman get too far from him, because he knows that is Beyonce. A bump of Jay-Z. Julius protects that woman with his life. So what is your bodyguard doing, Tory? Where he just letting you let loose and not trying to help or control you? Like, I don't understand it. They don't make bodyguards like they used to. They really don't. But Tory, look, either you need to get you a whole new PR team, or if you're going to stick with your whole PR team, y'all need to figure something out. Pull a Chris Brown, or maybe Tory Lanez. Maybe you need to send Megan a bouquet of flowers and get your one-way ticket back to Canada, because there's a lot going on down here in the United States, and we don't need these problems. Just turn on the TV and just watch the circus run its course. Because, again, Canada might be where it's at. So, guys, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this whole text message thing, or just tell me how you feel about this whole situation in general. Y'all take care.